Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today we are going to be talking about the band Yes, and we're also going to be talking about their album Fragile, which must be Italian. Fragile, I know, it's a Christmas Story joke. I'd blur out too on that. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Sorry about all the blurs. Hopefully everything will focus up. There you go. Released on November 26, 1971. This was the band's fourth album, Fragile. I'm making a joke. Some viewers that aren't familiar with the movie A Christmas Story, you got to look it up, Fragile. But let's talk about this. On Atlantic Records. Now, the band had been touring behind their previous records, the Yes album, which was kind of a big success commercially. And so they went into rehearsals in London and started working on this. Now, Tony Kaye was the keyboardist. He got fired because he didn't want to use more electronic synthesizers. The band wanted more electronic synthesizers. So they called up Rick Wakeman. He was with the Strawbs. And Rick kind of played a little bit of everything. But electric piano, harpsichord, mellotron, mini Moog. That's what we want. We want those synths. So they brought him in, and 4 of the tracks here were group compositions. Now, the other 5 songs, interesting enough, were 5 solo songs written by each member. Now, also of note, this cover illustration on this album was the first done by artist Roger Dean, who would go on to be closely associated with Yes. Future logos and stage sets. Very closely aligned with the band Yes. This album was pretty well received when it came out. It was a commercial success as well as a critical one. It reached the top 5 in the U.S. Billboard charts, reached the top 10 in the U.K. There was the single that most people know if you listen to classic rock radio, Roundabout. And it hit, I think, the top 20. And it's still one of the best-known songs by the band. Not by the band, by Yes. Haha. So, very well known. Now, this is a prog rock record, and I don't know how some of you feel about it. I'm kind of on the fence. I can go either way with a lot of prog rock. A lot of it is way too notey and musical, but I actually like Yes. I don't know what it is. Yes and Genesis, they're very accomplished at what they do, but they pull it off for pleasant listening. Now, of the 5 compositions, 5% for Nothing, Bruford, Long Distance Runaround, which was a hit, Anderson, The Fish by the great Chris Squire, Steve Howe, Mood for a Day. Now, Heart of the Sunrise was a group composition, Roundabout, written by John Anderson and Steve Howe, Cans and Brahms, which was sort of utilized the Brahms 4th Symphony. We Have Heaven and South Side of the Sky are the tracks on the record. And really nice sounding, really good playing, a lot of good musical stuff. Now, the title, Fragile, came from their manager, Brian Lane. He was talking on the phone to some reporter, and he was asking him about the album. He said they were looking at these photos at the Crystal Palace gig, saw the monitors at the front of the stage, and it said Fragile all over, stamped on it. And so they thought, the band is kind of breakable at the time. They were kind of fragile. So that's it. Another note, Rick Wakeman remembers kids being brought into the studio to watch him, which is kind of fun. I like that. So that's how it all came together. And probably one of the best known albums by the band, Yes. And worthy of so. It's got it all. So Close to the Edge might be the winner as far as, just great Yes albums. But this one is probably a close second. It's really good. So Fragile by Yes, today's Daily Record. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Tommy Burton 75. In the meantime, I'll see you all again tomorrow with another Daily Record.